The aircraft carrier USS Gerald R. Ford, CVN-78, is the most advanced and sophisticated symbol of the United States maritime power today. Designed as the latest generation of Ford-class aircraft carriers, this ship replaces the Nimitz-class aircraft carriers in supporting military missions in various parts of the world. Daily operations on this ship take place 24 hours non-stop, involving thousands of Navy personnel working together to ensure combat readiness, security, and efficiency in every aspect, from launching fighter aircraft to logistics systems and crew life. One of the most important elements in operations on the USS Gerald R. Ford is the Electromagnetic Launch System, or EMALS, Electromagnetic Aircraft Launch System. Unlike the steam catapult system on previous generation aircraft carriers, EMALS allows aircraft to be launched faster, more efficiently, and with smoother stress on the aircraft structure. Every day, the launch team on the flight deck works with high precision, coordinating between pilots, deck technicians, and air controllers to ensure aircraft such as the F/A-18 Super Hornet, EA-18G Growler, or E-2D Hawkeye surveillance aircraft can take off and land safely. This system also allows for increased air operation tempo in dense combat missions. In addition to flight operations, another activity that is no less important is the management of weapons and radar systems, including dual-band AESA radars and close-in defense systems such as CIWS, close-in weapon system, as well as CRAM and ESSM missiles. This system allows the ship to detect and respond to air and sea threats in seconds, even from tens of kilometers away. The combat crew conducts regular training simulations, from ballistic missile attack scenarios to enemy ship infiltration. This combat system is also controlled by the Combat Information Center, which is the brain of all tactical reactions on the ship. Not only that, night operations at Gerald R. Ford also show how high the professionalism of the ship's crew is. The landing and launching of fighter aircraft at night is carried out with the help of special deck lights, intense radio communications, and sophisticated electronic navigation. The flight team must work in the dark silence of the sea, with sometimes unpredictable wind and wave conditions. Fighter jet pilots undergo rigorous training to be able to land perfectly on a constantly moving deck, at high speed and short distances. The logistics side is no less complex. Gerald R. Ford carries thousands of tons of ammunition, jet fuel, food, and medical supplies. The logistics team ensures that all supplies remain optimal, both for combat operations and emergencies. The replenishment at sea process, or logistics replenishment in the middle of the sea, is carried out periodically, where the aircraft carrier receives supplies from support ships such as the USNS Supply or USNS Arctic without having to return to port. This allows the ship to remain in the operational area for months without reducing its effectiveness. Daily life on board this ship, which is more than 330 meters long, is carried out with high military discipline. The crew wakes up early, takes roll call, eats in a shift system, and is assigned to their respective divisions, from engine technicians, radar operators, cooks, to the medical team. Outside of duty hours, there is a gym, a small cinema, and even religious facilities to keep the sailors physically and mentally healthy. A culture of teamwork and a sense of collective responsibility are key to the success of every mission. In a combat scenario, the Gerald R. Ford usually does not operate alone. This ship is the center of a Carrier Strike Group, CSG, a sea task force consisting of destroyers, cruisers, attack submarines, and logistics ships. The command on the aircraft carrier coordinates with accompanying units for integrated protection and firepower. In certain situations, aircraft from the Gerald R. Ford can attack land targets, conduct air patrols, or protect Allied ships in coalition operations. Overall, operations on the USS Gerald R. Ford reflect the complexity, strength, and sophistication of modern United States naval power. With the latest technology, strict military procedures, and synergy between humans and machines, this ship is ready to carry out various missions, from power projection to conflict areas, humanitarian assistance during disasters, to cross-country diplomatic missions. The Gerald R. Ford is not just a warship, but a mobile fortress in the ocean that is a symbol of global naval supremacy. Behind its sophisticated technology, the USS Gerald R. Ford aircraft carrier also plays an important role in humanitarian missions and international diplomacy. In cases of natural disasters such as earthquakes or hurricanes, this ship can be moved to the affected area to provide rapid assistance. With modern medical facilities, a helipad, and a large stock of logistics, this ship is able to act as a center for coordinating emergency assistance. The aircraft carrier can even be used to evacuate civilians and provide clean water supplies directly from the sea. The medical side of the ship is also a vital part of operations. The USS Gerald R. Ford is equipped with a mini hospital facility, consisting of a surgical room, emergency room, quarantine room, laboratory, and pharmacy. The medical team consists of military doctors, nurses, and other health workers who are ready to handle combat injuries or diseases that arise in the middle of the sea. This ensures that every crew member who is injured or sick can be treated professionally without having to evacuate to land, thus maintaining high morale and combat readiness. One of the major changes in the Ford-class design compared to previous aircraft carriers is the efficiency of manpower and automation systems. With new systems such as the advanced weapons elevators, all munitions can be moved from below deck to the flight deck more quickly and safely. This reduces the number of personnel required for day-to-day operations and allows more focus on mission operations. The system also speeds up aircraft rearm times in the midst of combat, increasing the number of sorties that can be flown each day. In terms of propulsion, the USS Gerald R. Ford uses two A-1B nuclear reactors designed to provide more power and efficiency than previous aircraft carriers. These reactors are capable of providing enough power not only to propel the ship at speeds in excess of 30 knots, but also to supply. Meanwhile, the communication and command systems on this ship are very sophisticated. The ship's central command, called the Bridge and Combat Information Center, has a satellite communication network, cross-frequency radar, and an integrated cybersecurity system. This ship can communicate in real time with the Navy headquarters, international allies, and other air and sea combat units. Thus, Gerald R. Ford is not only an aircraft carrier, but also a global military control center on the high seas.